What's up, for today's episode of Cave Art Adventures? We're just gonna wing it today. I had a few things in mind, but honestly I didn't know which one to go with, so we're gonna do a little bit of everything. We're gonna unbox some toys, we're going to do a little bit of drawings, and a little bit of painting. But first we're just gonna open some toys up. I got this in the mail today, or actually over the weekend. I didn't get a chance to make a video, and I thought it'd just be fun to open it with you guys and review some action figures, because don't forget, action figures are the reason why I make dioramas. Otherwise, you know, without action figures there would be no Taven the Caveman. This package is from Nerdzoic. Can anyone guess what this is? Yes, thank you everybody that is joining me in the world of Roku, YouTube, and here on TikTok. As I open this, I do want to say that this is my first time that I ordered anything from Nerdzoic.com. Nerdzoic.com has been a delight for the most case. I know that the only reason why it took so long for this to get to me is because the orders that Nerdzoic put in came in late to him. Jada Toys and McFarlane have been slipping, so let's let them know how we feel about all that. It's not fair to direct any sort of negative emotions over action figures being late towards the wrong person. Because, you know, Nerdzoic isn't just a dealer, but he's also a collector, and I know that it is more proper to direct my grievances towards Jada Toys and towards McFarlane. Luckily for me, I only have to make write one letter. This is a Jada Toys action figure though, so I will give you that much. Yes, Coach Scooby, it is a Street Fighter action figure. Can you guess which one it is? I do have to say, if I were to ask myself, would I recommend going through Nerdzoic? I would recommend going through Nerdzoic if you're going to order something that you don't have to wait for. As in, if they already have it in stock, order it. If they are waiting for their shipment to come in, hold off on it. This action figure here, Brent got it, first try. Nice, bro. This is the M. Bison from Jada Action Figures, Jada Toys. This is, I'm really happy to get this action figure in my collection, you guys, because I'm a fan of the Street Fighter video games. I'm a big old button masher, and all my friends know it. That's why I don't play with them anymore. Or, better yet, that's why they don't play with me anymore. But I actually had a dream about playing with this action figure yesterday, which is kind of crazy that I'd be dreaming about action figures, but you know what, that's just the kind of weirdo I am, you know, and I'm okay with that. Aren't you? Huh? Huh, buddy? What are you doing in that little plastic prison, huh? Huh? You want to come out of there? You want to come out and play? Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, you do. We'll do that real soon. Yeah, we will. A little heart for you to... I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't see it. It's okay. But, yeah, so I had a dream about this action figure, and I'm just excited because I've been waiting a long time. They were actually held back 2 weeks after the fact, after the original date they gave me, which is whatever. You know, I have it in my hands now. I was wondering if I was going to get anything extra for it being so late, but you should always read the fine print. I'm sure somewhere there they say time and date may vary on whatever hurt you heard. So, without further ado, let's pop this guy open. Uh-oh. Hold on. So the rabbit that we have has been like really grumpy lately, and it's just been stomping all over the house, and it's making me think someone's here. I was wrong. What was I saying? Right, giving this guy a decent review. First off, the packaging on this guy is really, really awesome. You can see here the front has some beautiful art on it. It's in an arcade style box. It has more Street Fighter characters on the side here. Give you guys that angle. I'm sure if you guys have bought one of these, you guys know how awesome these boxes are. And back here you can see that it's M. Bison, and you can also see a bunch of the other characters that are going to come in the next two, I think third and fourth wave. To be honest, I am really, really looking forward to this T-Hawk, the Blanca, E-Honda, and I think there was somebody else that I was looking forward to. Oh yeah, two more people, Sagat and Akuma. Sagat and Akuma are two of my favorite characters to use. I was never savvy enough to use Bison's powers, but I just love the character design. And, you know, you're going to try to collect them all. I was going to, but I'm going to stick to my guns. And that was that I promised myself to stop buying so many action figures, because at one point, a collector's got to know how much space they have in their house. Other people may have more space than me, and that's totally cool, but I'm running out of space and I don't like leaving toys in their boxes. So I told myself just to slow my roll down, you know, really buy the ones that I'm going to appreciate. And since I hadn't bought any bad guys from this line, then that's it, you know. I just wanted one bad guy. I really hope to get the ones that I listed off, especially Akuma and T-Hawk, just because I need some more Native American characters in my collection. So T-Hawk is a must, and Akuma just because I'm really good at using him in the actual game. Slow your roll. I'm a freaking winner. But any more compliments towards this packaging? I will say that it is anti-theft. Like, it's pretty good on the anti-theft aspect of it. If you've never opened one of these Jada toys, I'll tell you what, man, it is a headache to get these puppies open. You gotta put it in first, and then hit the clutch, and then make sure that the sun is aligned in the proper lighting in order for you to, like, you know, get this and that out of the way. You gotta open up from the bottom, because obviously it's not gonna go through that skinny opening on the top. So they made this pretty hard for anyone to shoplift, and I'm really happy about that, because you know that the toy community goes through this one thing, and it's called fig swapping. That's when they grab one action figure and put it on a whole different, put it in a different box, and then return it with the wrong action figure, just so they can save that money on it. And you know, there's probably more to it, but that's all I really care to say about fig swapping. And you can see right here, I have to do a lot more shenanigans to get this guy to free up, which is totally fine. It's whatever. Don't forget, it has to be in the blue moon. Exactly, it has to be in the blue moon too. You can see all the shiny plastic from there, and I missed the tape over here. We're gonna put this guy on the side because I am going to put this box on the wall. What does this come with? It comes with instructions on how to deal with his cape. Apparently you can take the cape off, and it has two replaceable buckles without the cape hinged onto it, which is totally cool. These are some really, really cool accessories. Honestly, I was more excited about having some soft goods. Soft goods, Hasbro. Hasbro needs to step it up with their soft good game. Like, don't tell me that you can't add soft goods. You just don't want to, because it'll cost you guys more and us less. Sometimes. There's some action figures that were price hiked from Hasbro, but I can talk about that some other time. Today we're going to talk about Jada toys and their presentation and action figures for their Street Fighter line. Really quickly, just so we can get it out of the way. This is, I think, based off some sort of Thai relic. Well, not relic. It's a bell, I think. And these are probably some Thai gods. I don't really know who they are. I just know that M. Bison is Thai, I believe. I could be wrong. You guys correct me in the chat if you guys know his actual background. I just thought this was one of the coolest designs for a bad guy. Who as a child didn't like that movie that you know, Claude Van Damme was in? Where are my handy dandy little scissors? And are those my scissors? There they are. If I could just turn back time. Okay, now we're just gonna free him by clipping these little clippies off. These little plastic clippies. Oh my god, your little clippies. Oh no. And we're gonna give him a nice little push. We're going to pull that cape through that hole. Oh, and did I mention it's wired? It's wired soft goods, you guys, so you can put it in all sorts of expressed poses. You know, if you want him to look like he's just standing there with the wind blowing under him, boom, you got it. If you want it blown to one side, boom, you got it. Wired capes are just the bee's knees, and I love that Jada Toys is showing it to Hasbro on how to do it. They're really a crowd pleaser for the most case. You know, their backed up shipping dates are what's really annoying us, but honestly nothing with the product itself. It's just the shipping errors that are grinding our gears. And already I can just, oh my god, he feels so good. He feels great in my hands. There is no stiffness to the joints. He's got the waist, I'm sorry, the chest swivel here. He doesn't have, oh, he does have waist rotation. That is awesome. Hasbro, you fucking, my bad, y'all. This is now a mature and audience show. It does say on the description, this is not for kids, this is for the adult collectors. All of us nerds, we know what's up. Ooh, weird. A whole nother level, yes. Coach Scooby says, I got my first soft goods cape yesterday. I'll see if I like it today, later today. Right. I have to say the sacred mantra. Forget it has... and the sacred mantra, I forgot. I didn't miss that part. Oh my god. You guys know that we're weirdos for it. Oh my god, I'm here all day for that smell. It doesn't smell quite like a Marvel Legends, but it has its own unique scent. I know to some people, they don't understand why the smell is important. To be honest, I was watching a TV show about collectors, and they were going off of the smell themselves. They're like, you know, the certain plastic that makes these toys authentic to, you know, whoever made them. It has to smell like that, and then that's another way of telling that it did come from that company and that it's not a bootleg. If you guys don't know what a bootleg is, it's usually someone that makes the same action figure with cheaper plastic, cheaper products, cheaper paint, and it's just, you can tell by the texture on it, the weight of the paint. And this, because I only own 2 of them, and I'm pretty sure Nerd Zoic isn't buying these from a bootlegger. Oh my god, you smell great, okay? You smell like you are ready to dominate the world, and I am here for it, Mr. Bison. The head, oh my gosh, the head has this much articulation. Oh my god, your head fell off. I'm so sorry, please. Yeah, okay, you're back normal. Great. It can turn pretty easily. It looks up and down very easily too. It's got butterfly joints. Honestly, what would make this action figure a little bit better is... oh no, it can cross his arms. He can cross his arms. Okay. See, I thought he was going to be really hard for him to cross his arms, but no. Like, we all know that's one of the things he does in the game. One of the poses he hits all the time. I don't even know what those moves are called, but like, they're pretty cool. He like does this gliding thing on the ground, and he just comes at you and trips your feet. I'm here for it. Is the cape leather material? That is dope. If it is, it is not pleather, and the reason why I love that it isn't pleather is because after so long, pleather tends to chip. Like, it chips away, and then you get this like low grade quality in the future, and you can just it's bothersome, to be honest. I was gifted a Marvel Legends from Toy Biz era when they used pleather, and as soon as I started like handling the jacket itself, all the paint and everything started rubbing off on my hands, and it was really it was just a really big letdown because I wasn't expecting it. And not only did it kill half the value, but it killed half the fun, because then I was worried to play with the action figure instead of enjoying it and maneuvering it into poses that I wanted to see it in. So that, I'm glad they didn't use pleather. I can't even tell you what this is like. This is like windbreaker material, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of jacket material, which I'm totally fine with. I think this is a smarter call than the pleather. Yeah, it smells like camping gear, before you get it all smoky and gross. I have to say, this is really cool. Like, oh my god, I was more excited about the cape, and it is not disappointing. Here, I'll show you that it can do the splits this far, and that's pretty cool. Which also means it's going to give a very nice high kick. Let's see if I can get some balance game going. Boom. That balance game, though, it's there, baby. It's there. This isn't all that it comes with. It does come with this power effect, which is really awesome. Oh, kind of like the rough canvas material. That's awesome. Yes. Oh, like a tough canvas material. Yes. I am stretching it, and it doesn't seem to rip. I'm not trying to make it rip, but the fact that it is that sturdy and has that much resistance on it, that's fucking awesome. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Richard, if I it's one of those days. I really got to talk to my producer about changing the rating on my show so that I can use adult language, because that's just gonna happen sometimes. So I do apologize for those F-bombs there, my man. What was I saying? Right, the power effect it's a big one, you guys. It's a big one. If we compare these power effects to a Hasbro power effect, you're going to see that by size it's already a whole lot bigger. So let me show you this effect. Let me show you guys this effect. And then I'm just going to switch them so you guys can see them individually. And then I'm going to show you guys them together. This purple effect already outdoes this fire effect from Hasbro. So this is Jada Toys, this is Hasbro. And I'll tell you what, the Jada Toys effect is superior. It's superior in a few different ways. One, it's not the same effect that you get from the Ryu or the Chun-Li or the Fei Long or the Ken. It's totally different. Unlike the Hasbro effect, where this is pretty much used for every action figure that comes with this kind of effect. It's the same one all around for the table, and it's a letdown because, well, it's just a letdown that they don't express those in a different manner. Sure, they have other kind of effects, like effects that go on the tip of your weapons, but that's a whole different expression of power, and I feel like giving everybody the same flame effect for Hasbro is just kind of lame. Where here in Jada Toys you can tell that they are tailoring them uniquely to the figure themselves instead of just saving money on tooling. They're really going all out. Now, of course, the effect isn't the money piece, isn't a money shot. It does come with another separate head, and let me change that up for you guys. First, I'll show you this head right here. Oh. You can choose for yourself which one you like better, the one with the stoic face or the one with that grin like he knows he's about to mess you up in a fight. Whichever one you think is better is up to you. I like them both, but I'm gonna be honest. I like the angry face a lot better. I always love when action figures come with expressions, like emotional expressions, instead of just bland ones. So that's kind of why I like this one better. Yeah. Now, if you're wondering why I keep going off camera, it's because I'm showing Roku and YouTube what it looks like. And of course, it comes with the standard hands right here. He's giving us this weird salute right here. I don't know if that's anybody's salute, but whatever. He's got the closed hands, you know, the fisticuffs, the old Judy and Betsy. And he comes with 2 swappable hands. And if I were to say they belong to a martial art, it's that tiger claw, baby. Ooh. Alright, he's got that tiger claw hand for his right and left side. Which again, as an action figure collector, connoisseur, a fiend, if you will, we love when our action figures come with extra accessories. Well, more accessories. The more accessories, the better. You know, we're just gonna love you no matter what company does it. That's really what makes and breaks some of these action figures, like depending on what they come with. And I just love it. I love that Jada is stepping up to the plate, you know, with these action figures. Do they have to go that hard? No. Will they benefit from giving us all this stuff and spoiling us? Yes. They've got my money, they've got me on their side, and I'm already thinking that they are doing more for the customer than Hasbro is. Now Hasbro does have, you know, they have their oh, what is this? Okay, I need to slow my roll before I disattach anything I'm not supposed to. Hasbro gets my praise. They have been lately. They've been changing things up, and obviously they're winning my heart back. But Jada has not, like, they haven't missed yet, you guys. I agree, especially when the accessories directly correlate to the character. Very much so, Coach. These are definitely tailored to this guy. They're not. It's just cool. It's just too dang cool. Jada has not missed with any of their action figures that they've released. They know what they're doing. They're listening to the fans, and I can't tell you how proud I am to know that a company is paying that much attention to their customers. Will it always be that way? I don't know. I can't tell the future. Is it like that right now, and do I love them? Yes, sir. And I think it's gonna speak volumes, and it's gonna definitely be the reason why first-time customers come back and keep buying from them, because they're really showing that they care about the customer's opinion and what the customer values. Now, I value articulation, I value uniqueness, and the sculpting. There isn't. Whoa, that was cool. There is not one piece of this M Bison that is shared with the Ryu, and I'll show you the Ryu in just a second here. I just want to clip this on. Come on, baby. Do the locomotion with me. Come on, baby. Watch, this is gonna snap off again in a second. I am new to this guy. I don't know exactly how to click them in yet. I will figure that out, but it's not the biggest issue that I don't figure it out just yet. Here next to this Ryu, you can tell Ryu's... It happened again. Let's see, where did that go? Oh, right under my feet. Great. So it looks like it clicks from the front and then it's supposed to click to the back, or is that backwards? I think I have it backwards. Sometimes these new plastics just need that little oomph, you know, that little love, a little tough love right here. I don't want to break anything, so that's why I'm not putting all of my my muscle into it. So imagine if I broke this right off the bat, then what? You know, like, oh, boom, there it is. All right, so I just had to open it and push, open and push. Oh god. But yeah, he's a little bit taller than Ryu, as it should be, because M. Bison is the baddie, that the main boss, you know. He's the last boss that Ryu would be fighting. I know that Sagat is one of his other rivals, but for the most case, I think M. Bison is just kind of the main baddie of that universe. I don't know now. I think there's probably other baddies that Ryu has to deal with, but yeah, he's very accurate to the game itself. I was trying to say earlier, M. Bison is taller than Ryu. You can see here is just about like half an inch taller than this Ryu. The skin tones are not the same, so they're definitely not using the same paints. They're giving it its respect, you know, and I love that about these action figures. I could see a little black wash helping it stand out a little more, but I'm not going to deal with that yet, because I respect this company right now. Maybe if they keep on producing action figures and they eventually stop giving that the respect that I think they deserve, maybe I will start repainting action figures after that. Until then, I'm going to enjoy these for what they are. Ryu and M. Bison, two very awesome characters and a very awesome from a very awesome video game line. And if you guys haven't played what are we on now? Street Fighter 5 or 6? I think we're on Street Fighter 6. If you guys haven't played that yet, it is an open world game where you can challenge online players to battle you, which I think is pretty cool. It obviously has a storyline to it too, if you guys didn't know, but it's more than just an arcade now, you know. And I believe they have a whole package for the whole storyline, as in like all of the games, all the Street Fighter games. It's a pretty cheap package. I would get that if you guys need some Street Fighter in your life and haven't played in a while. Every console is different. They might offer so many for one compared to a different console. But yeah, I really enjoy these action figures. They're really awesome. Let me make some room here. I'm gonna leave this guy right over here next to Ryu, and I'm gonna open up this other box. Now this other box here, let me put this away too. See that this the packaging is a freaking puzzle, because now I almost forgotten what way I opened it. And we're just gonna put this plastic piece back in here. But for real though, the packaging gets a 10 out of 10 for me, and that's just because it makes it harder for thieves to big swap. It's made to look like an arcade machine, which is what this originally was, an arcade game. It's got what you need. It's got the reference shot in the back, the characters that are to come, and underneath that, and some beautiful art on the sides right here. I've always loved this art style I've always just loved this art style. Yes sir, coach, another boxing dee-dee-doo. Now this one is from a friend of mine on TikTok. This is probably like the best part, one of the best parts of having a community to go to on TikTok, is you make these connections with people that just want to see you be happy with when you're collecting, right? Our friend 80s Kids on TikTok, you guys should check him out. people on Roku and on YouTube, you should check out our friend 80s Kids on TikTok. He does a lot of videos where he goes to Ollie's and checks out what's there. I'm pretty sure if you guys build a relationship, he wouldn't mind picking up some toys for you. Just be ready to Venmo him money, because, you know, it's just a courtesy not to have people wait too long for that. Because obviously, you know, he's doing you a favor, he's going out there shopping for it. And this doesn't just mean for him, but this is for like anybody that you make connections with on TikTok here. Give him that respect. Throw in a little tip. Throw in a little tip to show you appreciate, and you know, have fun with your friends. Return the favor when you can. Now this one is full of Marvel Legends. I will put this box to the side here, and I will pick one out at a time. Okay, so I don't know how he wrapped some of these up. I do know what's coming in here, what's in here, but like I don't know in what order I'll pull them out. These are, I had two options. I could either have him send me a giant box with these action figures in the box, or unboxed. Now, because I am planning on using these and actually posing them, I said, yes, get them out of the box for me, please. Let's save a little bit of money on the packaging and all that. And who is this? Okay. So probably, I'm glad that we started with this guy. This is probably the action figure that nobody liked. Hearing the people buzz about this, it's been nothing but negative. Which is okay, you know. We don't all have to like the same thing. But I personally am a fan of these street clothed action figures, just because, you know, I want some street clothed action figures. And that's really all there is to that. That's the only reason why. And we got your boy, what's his name again? Let me see your business card. Right, James E. Wu. So Agent Wu here. If you guys don't recall where you've seen this guy, he's actually from Ant-Man 2, I believe. And then we saw him again in WandaVision. So I'll show you guys over here. He comes with a badge. He does come with an extra hand that has his business card on it. This is where I just read his name and was reminded of what it was. It would have been awesome if there was a what's his name? A Scott Lang that had this same carded hand with, you know, like a playing card. I'm missing Agent Wu to complete Khonshu. Oh, brother. Get a hold of somebody that goes to Ollie's frequently. There are so many Agent Wus at Ollie's. I live in California, so we don't have any Ollie's. It's my goal to become a millionaire and then open up an Ollie's in California, just so I can feed my action figure addiction. But yeah, I recommend you get a hold of one of these guys that always goes to to Ollie's. I believe JR goes there a lot. You know, I'm over here like volunteering people we know. That's rude of me, I'm sorry. But yes, I feel like you are connected enough to people here that you can make that request, and someone will definitely take you on that. And Coach Scooby did help me by bringing up Khonshu. He does. Oh, okay. Agent Wu's gonna lay on the ground. That's okay, Wu. You've been working hard. You can take a break. This Agent Wu does come with Khonshu's staff. It's pretty awesome. If you don't know who Khonshu is, it is the what is he? He is an Egyptian god that basically heralds. I'm sorry, that has a herald that we know as Moon Knight, the protector of night travelers, which I think it's cool. I think it's a cool premise for somebody, you know, especially a superhero that's defending others from trouble. That's pretty awesome. The show itself, incredible. I really dug it. There was a few parts that I was a little not like unhappy with, but all in all, I'd probably give that whole series a 7 out of 10. It was fun. It was fun. It introduced us to a lot of new cool stuff. And who didn't like the giant CGI fight at the end? That's always awesome. That's a step closer for me to complete Khonshu. I'm still missing a bunch of characters from that wave. But you know, they'll come as they come. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I am no longer a completist, so I'm not worried about having every Marvel Legend out there now. Just the ones that mean a lot to me. Okay, so that was the first action figure from that box. We're gonna move on to a different one, but before we do, we're gonna wrap this wrapping paper up. Big CGI fight. Yeah, right. I wish Ollie's was on the West Coast too. Yeah, man. Once Ollie's hits the West Coast, it's definitely gonna earn its money. Like, there's a lot of us hungry collectors that just see all the people that have Ollies and 5 Belows that are just drooling at the mouth waiting for. Oh, okay. So here's one that I've been waiting to come my way. I didn't see this guy at all. This action figure is... His name is Rose. I don't know much about this action figure. I just know the bare bones of his story. And probably not even that. So his name is Rose. It's kind of cool. So you see that rose on his chest there. This is the Kingpin's son. So that's all I know about him. I don't know his characteristics. I don't know if he's short-tempered. I don't know if he's more of a thinker or a fighter. All I know is that he was pretty cheap, and I wanted him in the collection because I really, really enjoy these action figures that have the suits. He's also on that pinless technology. He's a little stiff here, but that's okay. Since we are handling Hasbro now, I will go on and I am reviewing these. Oh my god. I forgot to do the old smell test. These are definitely not bootlegs. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Okay, now kiss. Okay, stop. Now, let me smell. Kiss again. Okay, now let me... Yeah. So what I will tell you guys immediately, that these action figures do have waist swivels on them. Let me talk about Rose. I'll quit saying these. This does have a waist swivel, waist rotation, and a chest swivel, or a crunch. But it is hindered by this really nice coat that they gave him. Hasbro, I don't know how to tell you guys again besides softer goods would be great. Jada Toys right here has a whole gi jacket, and it doesn't hinder any articulation because of how soft it is and still durable at the same time. That's all I wish that this Rose came with, a durable and flexible plastic so that he can move up and down. One, I will remind you, I don't know his backstory, so I don't know if he's much of a fighter, but because the articulation is there, it shouldn't be hindered by any of the extra clothing that he comes with. I think that's just taking 2 steps forward and then taking 5 backwards. Same, that's all I know too. Yeah, see, and really that's all you have to know to appreciate the action figure, or at least to know where to put him in your collection. He's not gonna go with the good guys unless I find a swappable head that belongs to a good guy. Then, oh, okay. I think M. Bison was tired of my yapping, so he's taking a nap. That's fine. If I find a head from a good guy that can fit on here, I'm definitely going to switch it out, just because I got this mainly for the suited body. Honestly, he's like halfway there for a Mr. Knight. kit bash. He does come with these really awesome pieces right here. I'll show you guys this one, and I'll show you guys this one. He comes with that extendo and the optics on this. It's slightly different than this other piece right here. You can see the world in Roku. You guys can see that it comes with optics on it, and it comes with that extendo on the bottom. This one does not have. It's got the iron sights going on, and he's got a normal size clip or magazine, whatever you call them. I don't know. I'm not a weapons guy. What they did do was, you can see down the middle is that it does have that peg hole for smoke effects. Now, a lot of newer action figures that come with weapons do come with that smoke effect, so I'm glad that they're at least adding that peg hole for, you know, for the smoke effects. So that's cool. They're thinking that way, but honestly, it should have just came with its own smoke effects, to be honest. It didn't just come with those weapons. It does come with a pointing gun and only one gripping hand. Just one gripping hand, which is already one of my biggest complaints. If you're gonna give us two weapons, give us two gripping hands. That just makes sense. You could say all you want that, oh well, he doesn't need two for blah 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 blah. No, bro. If it comes with two weapons, just give us two gripping hands. You know. I don't know what you guys spent that money on, whether it was tooling for this rose that comes with it, which is really nice. It's nice, but like, yeah. So you're only gonna give me the chance to grip something once, like, or one at a time? Like, come on, Hasbro. And when I say Hasbro goes cheap, this is what I mean. There's only two coats of paint on that rose. You guys know me. I like to do repaints. Was I punching metal for fun? No, it was actually a body opponent bag. I hadn't worked out in months, and I thought I could jump back into it. Obviously, I messed myself up, and you can tell the angles of the scars on the angle that I punch, and this is actually teaching me a lot. I need to punch more with a slight curve on my wrist so that I can hit in the middle of my knuckles, not in the inside. But aside from that, it's you guys know that I'm a repainter, right? I love repainting action figures just because I like sprucing them up a little bit, right? And one of the things that I call out is the laziness or the cheap hand of Hasbro when they don't give any more paint taps on some, like add more paint taps on some of these action figures. You would think that a black wash would be cheap enough for them to add, but that's just the consumer saying that, you know. I don't know what it costs to do all that, but I do know that we've been asking them to upgrade their paint apps for a long time now. So besides those fisticuffs that it comes with, called Betsy and June, it does come with a pointing hand, because he needs to point at you. See, he's pointing. How rude. And like I said, he does come with one gripping hand. Nice Borat. Wonder if anyone has made a white suit Gambit from Rose. Oh, you know what? From Rose would be a lot better. Who was I thinking that would use? No, yeah, you're right. I think Rose would be a dope figure to use that for a Gambit. But who has a Gambit without the head helmet thing, you know? I don't know. That's customizing grounds. I only do repaints. But it definitely makes me wonder. That's a good call, Coach. Good call. Hey, you smell my rose? Cobra, I would allow you up here, but I'm doing the show right now, and I didn't warn my producer that I was going to have guests on. I am going to speak to my producer about having guests on, because I feel like it'd be fun to have some of you guys up here and join me during the show. Now that I know that we can do things like host for others, and that my producer will be able to connect my phone directly to the streaming service, that will be fun. But for right now, I can't, because I did not let him know ahead of time. But thank you for asking, and you're totally welcome to join me after the show is over. I don't know how long I'm gonna go, but you know me, I love your company, I love our banter, and I love that you love Marvel Legends more than you love G.I. Joes. You've told me that before, and now I'm telling the world. What's that? Honestly, my favorite part about this action figure are the weapons that it comes with. The Rose accessory. Because anything for world building, I am there for it. And these 3 pieces right here are going to allow expressions in manners that I didn't have in the past. Maybe not the weapons as much, but the Rose itself is going to be pretty cool. And like I said earlier, I'm probably going to kit bash this body for somebody else. Don't know who yet. Let's move on to the next one. Oh goodness. Okay. So I'm gonna save this one for last. I'm just gonna throw this guy out there. You forgot to mention he hates 3.75 scale, and yeah, I mean, who doesn't, right? Always losing their parts, the O-rings breaking. The thumb's always breaking off. The chip, the paint chips. Yeah, I totally get you. Okay, so here we have Tarantula. Yo, how come you don't smell like nothings? Garbage. It doesn't smell. No, I'm joking. So this comes in one of the higher, well, it's not really highly articulated. It's just got those really beautiful butterfly wings, butterfly joints on the back. It gives you this kind of reach, which is always it's useful when you know how to pose these action figures. They go hard once you get comfortable and pose them in crazy Spider-Man-esque poses. And that's just one of the features that allows it to reach those kind of poses that I'm referring to. In a perfect world, all action figures from Hasbro would have that butterfly joint. Like, let's say, the Hulk. God, the Hulk needs some new butterfly joints so he can do his thunderclap. Personally, I've only seen this guy in one TV show. I saw him in, I think, a Spider-Man and Super Friends, or a Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends TV show. You know, the one from like, from like 3 decades ago. Oh God, I'm old. I think his clown shoes are kind of silly, that they have the points right here that don't retract. I think it's just kind of, I want to say lazy from Hasbro's aspect. But you know, it's just gonna be weird for me to pose him. Like, he's gonna be flat-footed in whatever pose I put him in. Let's just say that. This one I got just because I haven't gone a Spider-Man villain in a while, and I do want some more Hispanic characters in my collection. And since Tarantula is technically a Spanish word, depending on how you guys say it, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this guy is Hispanic in one way or the other, and that's really what I want. I wanted some more Hispanic bad guys in my collection. The articulation on him is pretty awesome. I don't like that he comes in the old buck with all the pins on him. I thought we were done with this, Hasbro. You guys should just start doing everything pinless. I know you really want to milk the tooling that you've come up with, but like, it's been over 5 years that you've been using that same buck, and it's just time to retire it. Time to retire it and move on to better and greater things. I think it would just do you guys So much good to just retire that. So Clown Shoes Tarantula over here is going to take a break. You don't really have anything. Nothing comes with you. You don't have any accessories. I just got you to get you because you were cheap. I'm sorry. That's the truth. Deal with it. You're a villain. No one cares about your feelings. Okay. We're going to move on to this guy. Ooh. Right. So, I'm not going to lie, you guys. I don't remember this guy's name. Oh, oof. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That hit a wound. Oof. Okay. So, I'm assuming this is another panther. He's got something to do with Wakanda. I don't know anything about this character. At first, I thought it was White Tiger, but I guess I am wrong. He's got really stiff wrists, so I'm kind of afraid to even mess with it too much. He comes on, what are you on? You're not on that high articulated buck, but you have differences, so I'm wondering how much tooling went into you. You got that same body that Cosmic Spider-Man has. You're on pins, so again, you're outdated. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. I didn't create you. Hasbro did. It looks like these feet might be new. They're toed with claws on them. These shins look new, the feet look new, the forearms look new, the head sculpt looks new. The head sculpt goes hard. I like it. I really do. I just don't know much about this character himself. I got him just to get him because he comes with the Atuma pieces that I needed. He comes with the right leg of Atuma, the Build-A-Figure from Black Panther 2. And already looking at the articulation for this Atuma, I am reminded that I am disappointed easily by Hasbro shenanigans. There is no shin swivel, no rotation on the shin, just on the ankle, and that's limited. I really wish they would bring back the ball joints, the double ankle joints, like the Daredevil from the Netflix Daredevil had. I wish they would bring those back, but it's whatever. He does come with 2 open hands, and obviously you can use these to hold his weapons, which is pretty cool because he does come with 2 of them. We've seen these weapons before, kind of used for generic characters. I really like this shoddy a lot more than I like the hand weapon that he comes with. But hey, at least he comes with weapons and more hands. You know, some of these characters like Tarantula didn't come with anything like that, and I'm pretty sure it's because he's, you know, of Hispanic descent. If you haven't noticed, they kind of go cheap on the Hispanic people. But if you have noticed, please let me know how you feel about that. I think there's a misrepresentation for the Latino and Hispanic community in Marvel, and I just kind of want to see that, you know, be represented more honestly, equally, just because I think that'd do great for all sorts of people, especially myself, who happens to think that Hasbro might be a little racist. Prove me wrong. Not just them, but like the Marvel Cinematic Universe doesn't really give Hispanic people any love. But that's a whole different can of worms that I don't really need to address right now. So there you go. He's got his claw hands. I'm pretty sure these are reused from other Black Panther action figures. But yeah, this guy's pretty cool. for the price that he's priced at, I think all these single Marvel Legends were priced at $9.99, which is pretty awesome. They normally went for $24.99, which is $15 cheaper at the $9.99. So you can't, like, you know, you have to appreciate that. And if not, I don't know what more you want them to do. At $9.99, those are old Toy Biz prices, and that's honestly what the price should always be, is $9.99 for these Marvel Legends. But that's just coming from a collector who's been collecting since he was a child. It's not like I know anything. Okay, so this next one's going to be a twofer, and you're going to know what comes with... You're going to know immediately. Okay. Look at this chunk. Look at this chonker. Oh my god. Whoever designed this and got approved was just like the boss. I don't know what you did to get this approved. It must have been dirty and it must have lasted a long time because this is just so ridiculous. So Hatut Zerebra. Oh wait, Seraze. Cerebra. What am I reading? So Hatut Seraze is usually a group of Wakandan secret police. Just googled it. They're not very nice. Oh. Sounds like the real police to me. So when I asked my pal to pick this up for me, I honestly thought that this was the MODOK that came with the separate face plate, so he didn't always have to be this ridiculous this ridiculous rendition of Elvis. But now that he's in the collection, I can't really complain, you know? I mean, I will, but like, I shouldn't. I just gotta... Come on, get in here, you sack of hair. Okay. So, this is MODOK. They spiked the boss punch to make that MODOK. Yeah, they definitely did. Like I was saying, I don't know who got this action figure okayed, but they were definitely on something. I'm not saying that it's lost, you know, like, the gesture isn't lost in me. It's just a pretty big gesture that I did not think was going to get this far, right? If you told me we were going to get an Elvis head MODOK, I would have said that, stop smoking that stuff. But we did. So I need to start smoking that stuff or something and catch up to them, because this is just hella silly. So let me show you what this comes with. This comes with a stand so that you could prop these cheeseburgers, because he's shooting cheeseburgers. This is so freaking dumb. Like, what in the world? This is so stupid. I spent money on this. That's all I have to say, is I spent money on this, and oh god, I'm not one to regret my money spending. I'm just one to question it all the time, and this is definitely gonna be one of those moments where I just question why I even spent money on this. You guessed it though, he does come with some accessories. At least it wasn't retail price. Bro, you are so right. That is the saving grace of this FOMO purchase. I don't even know why I had the FOMO. There was aisles full of this MODOK at Ollie's. Check your local Ollie's if you are feeling froggy and like you want to buy something ridiculously good looking or just ridiculously looking. He is there. He is at Ollie's for, I believe, 30 bucks. Now let's throw his shades on him. And now he looks even worse. So that's awesome. I'm not getting secondhand embarrassment from this purchase. You are. So what we're going to do, he doesn't only come with this really cool microphone right here on the tip of his chair, but he also comes with some swappable hands, one for each hand. Here's one that looks like he can hold the microphone in. Yep, I'm pretty sure if you really wanted to, you could also squeeze a weapon into that hand. And then he comes with a closed fist hand for purposes. Yep. I don't know where this is supposed to go. I'm assuming it just goes somewhere. This is this is just too silly. Again, I'm going to admit that when I wanted this, I thought it came with a separate head, like faceplate, and that this wasn't going to be it. I don't know, guys. I'm embarrassed, but he's in the collection now. Yeah. Okay, he does come with this extra body here. Let's just move you out of the way, MODOK. Come on. Don't be like that, MODOK. Just share the limelight, alright? Share the stage light with your friend over here. I'm gonna move some of these figures over here so they can be visible from that direction, and I'll move Bison over here. You can hang out right there, bro. So, I have no idea who this is. No idea whatsoever. I recall that he was the original persona, or like person that MODOK was like. So apparently this guy was turned into this. And how and why and who turned him into that? No clue. I have no clue, and I think I'd love it if I just didn't know. So I'm just gonna gracefully admit I am ignorant to it, but also say that I am happy with my ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. He does come with like this junky looking face right here. You can swap it off with this other head. I kind of like this one more. Normally I don't like the stoic looking ones, but I'll show you why I like this one more. This looks like Steve Buscemi's like serial unaliving cousin. And here, I'll show you the face. Yeah, it just looks like Steve Buscemi's unaliving like serial cousin. I don't know. I'll take the stoic looking face over this one. It's too creepy. They did too much of a good job. That MODOK is unhinged. Yeah, buddy. MODOK is doing way too much. But this is my Ollie's haul that I got with the help of 80s kids. This character is on pinless technology. Yes, even though the elbows are single jointed for this guy, he does have butterfly joints right there. You can see that the plastics are separated with two different colors. Looks like a Pete Davis doing a handsome Squidward. Oh God, that's great. I love that. I love that. The handsome Squidward. I should get that tattooed. Wouldn't that be great if that was my first tattoo? But yeah. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay, well these two came together, so I'm just gonna count it as 5 instead of 6. But 5 whole action figures from Ollie's for $76. Not bad, not bad. These are characters that if you need, they are cheap right now. at Ollie's. Hit up your friends that live in Central America and or East Side. I don't know where Ollie's is located, or the Five Belows, but they're not in California. So find yourself a friend from one of those states that has an Ollie's. And if you need these action figures, they are going for like $9.99 right now, maybe $1 or $2 cheaper. I don't really know, which is bad on my side. I should definitely know what I paid for these. But yeah, $10 for each of these individually, not bad. I really wanted this Agent Wu because like I said again, I love civilian clothed action figures. That's why I wanted the rose, so I can do a little head swap. Obviously I'm gonna have to repaint that neck so it matches some skin. Agent Wu, you're perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. They should have given you some pinless technology though. Let's see your high kick. Wah! That's quite the high kick, Agent Wu. Okay, give you some actual. Nope. Yeah. Some of the gripes about it is I don't understand why they go half and half. They'll give them pinless technology for the arms, but they'll give them the pins for the knees. Honestly, if they could just follow through with their designs and just give everything pinless technology, we would complain so much less. If you don't know what the difference is between pinless technology and the ones with the pins, it's not just that there are pins involved, but it's actually articulation. If you can't notice the difference, you don't own enough of these. You're not studying your action figures enough. You're not posing as much as you should be. But the pinless technology action figures have just slightly more, and by slightly I mean you can tell the difference in the articulation. Why is articulation so important? It's very important because you're using less imagination. Let's say you want to pose him doing something. Well, with pins you're limited. With pinless you got more. So more range of motion allows you to reach the poses that you are visualizing, which means your imagination has to work less hard for you to enjoy that action figure for what it has. Where with the pins, you're just constantly being like settling for second best, maybe third or fourth best at that point. A pinless technology action figure can can touch his wrist to his bicep. Let's see if I can do it with this Wu. Yeah, I can. Okay, so here's a perfect example of what that means. Pins, no pins. Pins, no pins. Now, if you wanted to articulate that your action figure had a scratch on his back, which one is going to reach that more, like easily? It's obviously going to be the Agent Wu. So, this is why I'm constantly saying we need pinless technology on all of our action figures, because one's limited and the other is just so much closer to what you want to achieve. And this is Agent Wu. You don't think a Spider-Man action figure should have this kind of articulation over what this one is? I just feel like you're definitely on something if you say this is okay when this isn't even the hero action figure or villain, and that's pretty much it. That's why pinless technology is more important than these older bugs. This guy came out what, like a year ago, maybe 2 tops, and this guy came out around the same time. But this buck is way older than this one, at least the arms and at least the arms aspect of this. So you tell me, wouldn't you rather have a Spider-Man villain have this kind of articulation? Yeah, I think you would. What happened to your hand? Lots of stuff. Looks like Pete David. Right. Sorry about that, Spook. I didn't mean to ignore you. What's up, FNAF? Can you do a Rust and Coat from True Detective Season 1? Rust and Coal from True Detectives Season 1. I don't know what that means. But it sounds like I need to watch True Detectives. Yes, sir. But yeah, these are my quick-ish reviews about these action figures. I'm pretty satisfied with what I got. I really don't need this guy, but he's in the collection. It's whatever. I just wanted to build a figure pieces. I do like this guy. He's in civilian clothing, and I'm pretty sure I'll find a different head to go on here. God, he's just so creepy looking. Okay, that's at least a little better. MODOK. I'm not disappointed with MODOK. It's gonna make me giggle every time that I see this guy. If you haven't watched the show on Hulu, I recommend you give it a try. It's a pretty funny one. It's not the funniest show you'll watch, but it's nice to see some of the cameos from other heroes and villains that come into there. They spun it with some humor, and I think that's an appropriate way to be introduced to MODOK. This guy's such a clown. MODOK, you're just clown shoes honking around. Hey, Joss Beef, I just did a mail call unboxing and review of these action figures that I got from 80s Kid. A lot of these I was missing. Some of them I didn't really need, like this guy. I probably need to army build this guy for me to really appreciate this character, since they're like police from Wakanda. I don't know. And I am still trying to complete these Build-A-Fairs. This is Atuma, and this is supposed to be Khonshu. I almost have Atuma. I think I need his head and his torso. And I'm long ways away from completing Khonshu. So hopefully I'll find some of those extra characters soon. If not, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Well, now that I've opened these and this bison, honestly, this bison probably kicks all these guys' butt. The bison was probably my favorite one to open. I'm just glad that he finally showed up on my I ordered him like 4 or 5 months ago when he was first announced, and I can't get too mad, but I'm definitely not going to pre-order anything anymore. I'm just gonna wait for it to be out and for stores to have them in stock. I don't like having to wait 4 months for an action figure. It's not my cup of tea. If that's cool with you and you like the surprise when it comes in, or you like the anxiety of waiting 4 months for an action figure to show up, more power to you, but I can't do it. I can't do it. What's the longest you've had to wait for an action figure to show up on your footsteps? What do I think of the bison? I think the bison is incredible. They paid so much attention to this guy. He comes with such unique accessories. If I were to say a 10 out of 10, it probably wouldn't do it justice. This company is so fresh with these kind of action figures that I feel for what they are delivering, they are just banger after banger after banger, this power effect compared to the Marvel Legends power effects is bigger. It's a little brighter, and it's unique to the character, unlike Hasbro's power effects that are shared between every character that does anything with their hands. It's just kind of ridiculous. Yeah, it's like waiting. It's like Christmas. It's like Christmas. Some of us don't celebrate Christmas. Anyways, I'm joking. A year and a half. Oh my god. Ah! A year and a half of waiting. That's too much for me, bro. But dang, I wonder what action figure was that? The coach says. I think I had to wait 8 to 9 months for Mando with the soft goods cape and the dark saber. Oof. Oof. Okay. So you got me on the okay, so I just bought I bought the Moff Gideon action figure that came with this dark saber. I spruced up the jetpack for him. And I don't have soft goods that can go onto this guy. But honestly, again, I'm slowing my roll down on collecting and buying more art material so that I can make more dioramas and create stuff instead of buy stuff. Oh, Nerd Space. What's up, nerd? How are you, Mac? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, you got me on that one. I did want them, don't get me wrong, but you know, I don't need a gazillion versions of one character. Even though I have like 3 Grogu's, but you know, it's whatever. Me and my bull. What's up, Jordan? How are you? That one looks great, Taven. Yo, thank you, man. No, Zombie, Sailor, Jeff Jarrett. Oh, dang. What was that for, a Haslab? Oh yeah, you've been waiting for that dragonfly for a minute now, huh? Yeah, I don't know how you guys do it. I would just be my AC died. No. I'm sure there'll be more versions with the Mando movie announcement. Oh yeah, you know it. They love milking this for every penny. This one has a red plate over here, so you need a whole new action figure. Yeah, that's what they'll do. But these are great though. This, I'm gonna giggle at this. My husband's gonna be like, "You spent money on that," and I'm gonna be like, "Yes, yes, I did." Oh gosh, this is so dang silly, you guys. Too dang silly. But you know, now I have something to look up. I have to look up this story so that I at least know what is going on here. Luckily, a friend of mine gave me his Marvel Ultimate, like sign-in thing, you know, for like reading comic books, Marvel comics. I'm just gonna have to look this up in there and read why he's sporting the Elvis wig. That's why I stay away from MCU figs. They tweak the tiniest thing in order to make you want it. I have my AC going, but honestly, it's just so dang hot that it's like probably just blowing more warm air in here than anything. I'm just really happy. I'm happy with this. I can finally stop wondering if I got duped by Nerdzoic and just be happy that I have the action figures. All of these came with some awesome accessories. You got the cape, the soft good capes, which feels more like windbreaker material. You got this giant staff for Khonshu. I don't have a Khonshu. You got all these accessible, all these swappable hands, all these weapons. They're paying more attention to the weapons, which is pretty cool. Now they have these peg holes at the tip of them so you can put smoke that comes with some of your other Marvel Legends. Yeah, these are great. Now I just gotta find a respectful space for all these accessories, and we'll be cooking. He's cooking. That M. Bison was the winner of today's unboxing for sure. Yeah, for real though. I don't Oh man, I can't tell you how much I love this art style. I have to find out what artist did this style of art, but this has been my favorite art style since I was a child. Since those Capcom versus X-Men games, you know, or Capcom versus Marvel games came out, that art style has just been my favorite. Some of that same, I don't know if it's the same art style or the same artist even, but they did a lot of characters in that style, even characters like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in that style, X-Men, Street Fighter, obviously, a bunch of other like SNK characters. I think they did Transformers in that style. They certainly did G.I. Joes in that style too. But yeah, I gotta look up that artist because I'm not gonna lie, guys, he definitely got me into art. Seeing that kind of style, I was like, oh my god, yes. And I don't even know his name. I'm such a bad fan. What else? I'm gonna put some of these baggies away. The best accessories though for this whole unboxing was probably this. The cheeseburger ray. I don't know the concept of this. I don't know what this is for, how it was thought upon. But this mofo is shooting cheeseburgers. Like just burst shooting cheeseburgers, okay? And I don't know what to think about it. I'm intimidated and hungry by it at the same time. Okay. See, that part's not cool, though. If this can't hold its weight, they need to think of a better way to... Okay, there we go. We just had to bend it into place. That stuff is going to bug me. Things I had an issue with. This guy's legs. What did that come with? It came with this MODOK. This MODOK came with those cheeseburgers, and I don't know the backstory to this. I was saying earlier, Senor Drost, that when I got this, when I asked 80s Kid to get this for me, I thought that it was going to come with the other faceplate that was the normal one, you know, with the bald head. No, this is the only faceplate. So now I have this Elvis headed MODOK, and I have no understanding of why. But you know, that goof was on me. I should have double checked that it came with the other head plate. I could have spent those $30 on a whole different action figure. Yo, mechanized organism designed only for karaoke. Oh my god, is that what this is? Is this a what if character? Yo, so is this MODOK even worse than Cannonball? I don't know. I don't think he's worse than Cannonball because he actually has some articulation in his legs and stuff. There's a purpose to his ridiculousness, you know? But he's up there. He is up there for sure. Oh my god. Just gonna give up. I'm too dang tired to complain any more than I already have today. Where's that box I have? Box, where'd you go? Where'd you go? I miss you so. Something, something, something. Okay. I have a bunch of these accessories. I'm gonna put these away and just chill. We've been doing action figure stuff. I was gonna do some drawing and painting. Just to let everyone know, I did blackwash my guillotine. I'm waiting for this to dry completely. It seems to be there, but after this, I'm just gonna paint it brown to make it look like wood, and then it'll be done. I believe today or tomorrow is the last day to work on these guillotines, so I will be messaging people for their pictures so that I can make a video of everyone's participation piece. I think that's gonna be fun to finally see in action. I can't believe we got it. I think the next challenge I pose is probably going to be a little longer than 2 weeks. Just because, if I'm honest with myself, I probably needed more than those 2 weeks to do this successfully. Because you can see mine doesn't work that well. And I think it's because I rushed it. But yeah. That's what I got going. Goodness. I wish I could get some feedback on what kind of stuff to do on here that you guys would participate with. I really want to have what tones you used look great. I still got some more painting to do. That's just the black wash. I gotta add some more browns. That looks awesome. Thank you, Alpha Wolf, Retroman Live, Taven. Retroman Live. Looking good. Thank you, thank you. Is Retroman live right now? Is that what you were trying to tell me? That's totally cool if he is. I mean, he's got his own separate channel and stuff. On the scheduling, I know that I'm only going for another half hour. I have been wanting to add more time slots. I want to take more time slots from the times that we have. More specifically around 8 to 10 p.m. just for like the night crew that's, you know, getting off work around those times, come home, unwind with me. But in order for me to take those slots, those time slots, I really want to be able to have something to offer you guys. So this is why I want to talk to my producer to see if I can start doing some co-hosting with other people to participate. Like have them come up and do some art with me, have them talk about TV shows, things like that. Because I've been doing a lot of TV watching just because I'm a homebody. I don't know. I need to come up with some sort of idea to have more interaction with you guys, because I think the more interaction I have and the more people want to interact with me, the better my shows will do, either here on TikTok or on Roku. So Roku World, if you guys are listening and you want to participate in any of these live shows, please visit me on my TikTok. You can find me under Taven the Caveman or Cave Art Adventures, either one. If you type them in, I'm sure they'll show my pretty face. I don't want to just do art where I'm talking about art. I want to be able to teach it with somebody that I can see my lessons being, you know, put to the test in real life time. I think that'd be great. Speaking of shows, yo, Morosco, thank you for sharing the live. I really appreciate that, homie. Speaking of shows, have you watched the Caped Crusader? Yes, I finished it in 3 days, I think. I finished it in 3 days. That show's great. For not being a big DC fan, if you're not watching Caped Crusader, it's a really, really nice retelling of Batman from like a noir, like, time period. Is it like a period show, right? Because he's like, yeah, it just looks like a noir version of Batman. It gives you Batman animated series vibes. I love the I love all the differences and all the characters that I did recognize. Like, they changed up the Penguin, they changed up Clayface, they changed up they changed up Gordon, they changed Bollocks. Yeah, they did a lot of cool revisionings of certain characters, and they did a great job. It's a lot more adult themed, I believe, but it's safe enough to watch with your children if you have children, or if you're babysitting and you happen to want to watch a cartoon with the kids. Put that one on. It's bad. Yes. I watched it all in one day. Running Light says, "Yo, what's up?" I watched one episode so far. Really good. Yeah. I'm intimidated by the villains that are in this show in ways that I hadn't been in a while from a cartoon, which I think is great. I think it's great when any TV show makes you like think twice about messing with the bad guy. You know, even if it's just a cartoon, that show is definitely doing great. I love the ending. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but like the characters to come are yeah, I'm excited for that. Where is it streaming? It is streaming on Prime, Amazon Prime, and that you can watch on your own, or is it Paramount? I think it's Amazon Prime or Paramount. Amazon Prime. Anyways, you can watch that at your own discretion. All the episodes are out for season 1 right now. It's really great. I've seen a lot of people actually have the action figure for that show already. The slight differences, though, from the action figure, the McFarlane figure, to the TV show is that the gloves on the toy are purple and the gloves on the cartoon are black. Which I was actually thinking, oh, when is he going to change the gloves to purple? He never does that. Spoiler. It doesn't really mean anything. But if you have the Batman with the purple gloves, you basically have the Batman from that show. I loved it. Coach says he loved it. Coach, did you finish watching the show? Marvel and DC Monday unboxings tonight, 7 Central. Yeah, I'll try and be there, my man. 7 Central, that is 5 p.m. Pacific time, I believe, for me. I'll try and be there. That'll give me an hour to relax, play some games, and then hop on here. Normally I don't do face, like I don't normally show my face on Roku or YouTube, but today we opened a bunch of toys. My page started off as a toy page, and that's what I decided to do today. Next DIY project, I really don't know what I'm gonna do with you guys. I kind of want to do something simple that I can start and finish within a week. So that means I'll draw it up one day, I'll put it together the next day, and then I'll paint it on the 3rd day of the week that I am on. And if you guys don't know the days that I am on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 2 to 4 Pacific time. And I teach you guys how to draw, how to create props for your action figure collection, and how to make dioramas. Sometimes I will do repaints on toys, stuff like that, all of the nerdy nature variety. And I do want to start speaking to all of you guys about the TV shows that we're watching, because it's what's keeping us nerdy. If you guys don't know or aren't following Dross Beef, please follow Dross Beef on either on TikTok or on Roku. He does great stuff for the community. If you guys love action figures yourself, wrestling, DC, Marvel, are curious about action figures and what the community's talking about, he's definitely got his thumb on the pulse, and he's just a good company. So Roku World, don't forget to add him, and add him on everywhere, from A Flair for Toys on YouTube and on TikTok under Dross Beef. Coach says, definitely like how he is early in his Batman years and makes mistakes. Yes, he upset me in certain times of that whole season. He upset me for sure, and I could just tell that it's his first years, Even the way he was talking to Alfred upset me. And then, then the changes happened. Dross, you're awesome, bro. Coach says, the platinum version of that McFarlane figure changes the gloves and adds blue cell shading. Oh, snap! I didn't know that. Your boy's a Marvel Legends collector, and hardly am I that now, but thanks for that update. I didn't know that about him. I'll stop by for a bit. Everybody else that's been sharing and liking this, thank you guys so much. We are at 14.3K. It's been a minute since we've reached that many likes. Today though, even though I do appreciate the likes, you guys did get a special treat, and I opened, well, for lack of better words, 6 toys today, and those were all great in their own ways. We went over a lot. Expectations from the toy community on how toy companies should go forward. I believe that Jada Toys is really setting the standard for new action figure collectors, young and old. I was stress testing this, and I think that speaks volumes in itself. I'm not trying to rip it apart, but I couldn't if I even like really tried. It's very sturdy material. It's not pleather. We went over that earlier. The pros and cons of pleather. The pros, I didn't touch on these, but they look realistic. Like obviously, like pleather does look like leather. But you know, we want to save the fur babies, so I'm glad they didn't go with pleather or leather. And the fact that it's this kind of wind-breaking material is just awesome. And it's got wires. So not only are they covering the soft goods aspect of it, but they're also giving us soft plastics like this on the side here, and it doesn't hinder the articulation at all. You can see that his leg still stays sticking up, standing, or whatever. And it's not hindering the articulation, which is pretty important to some of us. If you're just gonna have them, you know, on your shelves, and they're just gonna stand in a static pose, then that's fine too. But for us who like to pose our action figures and like to play with them, it's important that they have the articulation. Earlier, I'll just recap. I'll use this guy for this one. For a Spider-Man villain who can't, like, in my mind, I want him to reach and scratch his back, and this is how far his hand goes. You can see that the bicep on this one is really hindering that from making it look like that, where this newer buck with the pinless technology that has the reach that I'm really looking for, this is just the standard to go with from now on, I believe. But Hasbro is going to Hasbro, and they're going to try and milk as much as they can out of the tooling that they've created for these bucks, these older bucks. But honestly, I ask you guys, what is an appropriate expiration date for a buck that any company should have? And that means, like, do you think this buck should be retired and that they shouldn't create a whole new one, like the highly articulated Spider-Man buck out there that has the toe swivel, the toe hinges, I mean, and the butterfly joints on pinless technology? Like, I think that should be the next standard for, my opinion, the next 5 years. I think they should have a shelf date of 5 years, and then they should update the buck. That's my opinion on that. What do you guys think about the bucks changing and being updated? Have you thought about that yet? If not, it's totally cool. The question is still there. You guys can answer at face value, or, you know, just not. It's whatever. But honestly, I really feel like that would change the game in so many ways. For one, some of us do collect these action figures and hoping that we're going to get a financial return, you know, like we're hoping that every action figure that we collect is going to be a grail. And I believe if we limit how many action figures come out with this buck or any buck going forward, is really going to amp that up again. Because one, then we'll have a limited lifespan for those bucks that will give you, you know, so many different characters in that. And out of all those characters, we'll say there came out like 200 characters within that 5-year span, and I don't know, 20 of them, 10% of that were the grails. So now they're grails for more than just the character that they are, but because of the buck that they were in, expressed in, you know. And then you move on and we recycle either the characters or create new ones with newer bucks. I don't know, there's a lot to it. I kind of just thought about that, but you know, it's all good. Yo, later draws, thanks for stopping by. We'll definitely catch up. I'll see you at I'll try and be there at 5 for me, 7 for you. DC and Marvel unboxing with Dross later on today at 7 p.m. Central. That's 5 p.m. Pacific time. Don't forget to visit Dross at Roku and YouTube and here on TikTok. But yeah, I don't know if you guys were expecting to talk about those aspects of action figures, but I do think about them more in more of a tooling and what's fair for the customer than just give me this character in different versions. It's not that fun to have like an overwhelming, you know, like collection of Spider-Man and like 5 henchmen. It's not that fun for me, but I can see it being the opposite for others. Aside from that, even though this one doesn't hit with me, I know I'm gonna giggle every time that I see it, but there needs to be more obscure characters that like this out there. I know it's not the definitive version of MODOK that I wanted in my collection, but it's just, it brings smiles and laughs, bro. Like, toys need to do that more often than not, and so this is already winning my heart. It just goes like that sometimes. What else can we talk about? Yeah. I had in mind to do some art with you guys, but honestly, I'm kind of all art out. More creators want to co-host. No thank you. I don't know any of those creators that want to co-host. At least I can't do it until my show ends, and that's not for another 15 minutes, so yeah. For the world in Roku, I don't believe I got the chance to show you guys the finished product of sorry. For the people in Roku and YouTube, I don't believe that I got to show you guys the finished Doctor Strange drawing that I was working on. And since I finished coloring him, I guess I can show you guys that now. This is the finished Doctor Strange that I started working on last week. I love this. I love this. This is definitely my favorite drawing that I've done since I started drawing again, and I can't tell you how excited I am to continue drawing because of this. This drawing taught me so freaking much, and I'm glad that it came out the way it did. I see where I can improve, and I love that. If I didn't learn those kind of lessons, I probably wouldn't be this happy with it. How about any D23 announcements or the bad Australian breakdancer? The Australian breakdancer, what's her name? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Sometimes I believe they lowered the standards so that it doesn't make other people feel bad. And by other people, I mean people that look like her. I know what that sounds like, but there's something about them always moving the you know, the goal post one way or the other. I feel like that's part of it. Bless her heart, you know, bless her heart. It's it was giving me like real competitions and competitors that gave the not so good person, you know, the chance to just be part of the group, and they didn't have the heart to say you suck, so they let her compete. And that's it, nothing more, nothing less. They should have been more honest with her and raised the standards. I did see that the male dancer from Australia himself was working overtime to make up for all of that, and you know, that's just how that goes. Wow, awesome job, says Running Lights. Thank you. 1790. Is that a specific date? What does that date mean? Yeah. Oh, action figure AF. Are you in here? If you're in here, hit the 1, because I need to ask you something. So after I drew this, you guys know that I used, that came out awesome. 1, you are in here. Okay, cool. Let me finish this sentence really quick and I'll get to you. I drew this and then I colored it with markers, and then I ended up hitting it with a clear coat just so that I can save it from being damaged by sun, or from it, like, you know, bleeding out into the other pages, because that happens with markers. So yeah, I'm glad that I finished this finally. I guess not too much to add to that. Strange is great. The coloring on this is great. Yo, thank you. I used 4 different coats on all of this. Possibly 5. I think 5. I think I've used 5 coats on the body and the everything else. Action Figure AF, I was wanting to ask you, on the storefront idea that you have, is that a corner store? Do you want the corner, or do you want it flat? Do you want it like the base and a background as the corner store, or the storefront, my bad, or do you want the storefront? Yeah, I guess I'm asking you for specifics on the storefront. Do you want the store to be accessible with action figures? Like, do you want to fit some of them in there? Do you want the whole store? These are questions that I gotta ask you. I could ask you in the DMs, but since my show is about DIY projects and stuff like that, I thought it'd be best to just ask you now, since I saw you log in. And if you guys want a better picture of this, you guys can go to my Instagram. It is up there now. I will take a picture of it without any filters, so you guys can see what I see. It's showing off pretty well here on TikTok, but if you guys want to see this clearer, go to my Instagram, and that's Cave Art Adventures there. I'm also Cave Art Adventures on YouTube, on Roku, and on TikTok. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I just wanted to make sure that the people on Roku were able to see the finished product. I love this guy. And I don't believe I showed you guys this either. Now, the camera that I'm using for Roku is a little darker. The hues are definitely definitely darker than the ones on my phone that the TikTok world can see. I believe the TikTok world can see this more for what it is. If you guys want to see a clearer picture of this, please visit my Instagram. Again, that is Cave Art Adventures on Instagram, YouTube, and here on Roku, along with TikTok. What I'm doing with all of these is I'm taking as many lessons that I can from redrawing these, so that I can be successful on drawing my own characters one day. I have a story on my mind that I really believe deserves attention from people and to be free. So that's why I'm learning to draw all over again, just so that I can do that. At first I thought it was Aunt May, but I think it's Agatha now. It is Agatha. I drew this when, I think the second day after the Agatha trailer came out. The original one, not the second one. I'm really excited for that show. I used to be a lot into spirituality, and witches were just my jam back in the day, you know? On the corner, maybe 17 by 12, if that even exists, with the store, 10 by 10 of it and accessible. 10 by 10, so on the corner, maybe 17 by 12, so 17 inches tall by 12 inches deep. Yes, I can do that. And then you're saying the store should be 10 by 10, so that means, yeah, I could definitely fit that. You're gonna have 7 inches left over on after the roof is made. Okay. Let me put this aside really quick. I got my pens around here somewhere. Hey, yo, pen! Okay, so we're going to go 17 inches tall. And then we're going to go 12 inches deep. $17. How long do you want it to be? The extra length, just sidewalk, 17 inches length, 12 inches deep. I didn't have a height length. Oh, okay, so you want it 17 inches long. Okay, so then let me 17, 12 inches that way. I can do this. And then you want the store itself to be 10 by 10, right? I can do 15 inches tall is usually a really good height for 6-inch action figures, especially if the whole storefront itself is going to be 10 by 10. So if I were to say like this is 10 right here. Oh, oops, 15. Okay. So depending on how I place the store itself, I don't know if you could tell. Okay, so this will be 15 inches tall. This will be 12 inches, 15 inches tall, 17 inches long, 12 inches deep. Depending on where I place the store itself, which would be 10 by 10, right? You can have more space on one side for it to be the sidewalk to walk into the store, or the sidewalk could wrap around the store. So we'll talk about positioning of the store if you'd like. I would recommend, I don't want to put it in the middle of it. I would preferably put it on one of the sides, either the right or left, obvious left. Or at least consider the space that you'll have to work with. Because if it's 17 inches long, then you'll have 7 whole inches to put action figures on the side before they enter the store. So 7 inches to have action figures on one of the sides to enter the store, which will be 10 by 10. Wrap around. Yeah, on the side is perfect. So maybe L-shaped sidewalk. You got it, fool. Okay. So that sounds fun. It sounds fun. 2 inches over here. 10 inches right there. So here's the store. There's your 7 inches, 2 inches sidewalk. You got this wall that it'll stand next to, which will be 15 by 17. And then you'll have all this extra space up here, which I'll probably make like a fan or something to, like, you know, prop up here. Now the store, do you want this wall to just be a wall, or do you want windows here And do you want the front of the store on this side or on this side? Is what I'm asking. Or do you see these dotted lines right here? That indicates that I cut this whole corner off of the store and make this the door entrance, and you can have a window here or here. I love listening in on the creative process. Sounds like excellent planning. Thank you, Coach. Either way, we can definitely talk about this on the DMs. I'm getting close here to having to shut this down, at least for Roku, you guys. I'm trying to come up with some schematics on how to make a storefront for a gentleman here. That's exactly what I was imagining. Oh, okay, so you do want me to cut this corner out and then this be the front door. Do you want big windows? Do you want a wall with no windows? There's a big A window right there. This could also be another wall or another window. Let me right quick. I know I should have done this on a bigger piece of paper, but spur of the moment kind of thing. Big windows. Alright, you got it. You want some big windows. Cool. I'm gonna figure out how to make this look bigger than it will be. That sounded a little. Anyways, yeah. So what kind of store do you want it to be, by the way? Do you want it to be like a handy spot, you know, where they sell everything that you see in like a walk-in place, or do you want it to be specific? Do you want it to be like an electronics store? Do you want it to be a toy store? Because if you want it to be a toy store, I have a bunch of minis that I could throw in there to make it look like a toy store. Just throwing that out there. It doesn't have to be that. Yo, Hannibal Chesterfield. That's a cool name. Really quickly, let me say my goodbyes. Roku World, thank you so much for joining me on the DIY TV channel here on the Roku and on YouTube. Remember, I am Taven the Caveman. You can catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope to see you guys in the next one, where we will continue working on an art project, or maybe this diorama itself. You guys have a wonderful day.